Our Florida fans, we're sorry. Yeah, we couldn't get down there and hope everyone's okay. Jake, what's the hurricane plan?
So, yeah, this is big news. I know there's a lot of people out there who are like, what do we do? Let's look to our president, see what he says to do. He released something. Now, obviously, this news is past. The hurricane already came and went, but I hope you did what Joe Biden said to do for Hurricane Ian.
Let me be clear. If you're in a state where hurricanes often strike, like Florida or the Gulf Coast or into Texas, a vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now.
Right?
Everything is more complicated if you're not vaccinated and a hurricane or a natural disaster hits. Let me be clear. If you're in a state...
That's how we beat this.
Oh, that... Okay.
Actually, isn't there a button here that says something kind of similar to what?
Yeah.
What does this button say?
It is over.
It's over.
Is the pandemic over?
The pandemic is over.
But see, he said that before the hurricane. He didn't know we were going to have to fight off a hurricane.
Yeah.
The immune system is only so strong.
Oh, no, is the pandemic back?
Ian brought it back.
Ian.
The eye of the storm has like a little bit of COVID in it, and
Yeah.
it brings it
Right.
through Fort Myers.
That is terrifying.
I mean, because you know all those sad stories of like people on their unvaccinated people on their deathbed, like give me the vaccine, and like, well, it's too late. And
Yeah.
it's very sad. I mean, the amount of clips I saw of people floating in a floaty in their living room,
Being
running
like,
out of space.
I wish I would have been
I should
vaccinated.
have had the booster, and I would be free and easy right now. What was actually the thought process with that statement, though?
So that was actually
trying to, because obviously the whole like Elton John mess up was like he made it sound like this guy's the reason we got AIDS everywhere, but really he was trying to say thank you for raising money for AIDS. This one I'm struggling to like.
I think this is like bad timing, but I think that it's just saying like, you know, if this were to have happened back in 2020 and everyone needed to go to like a shelter in place and there's hundreds of people in the same place all together because they're avoiding a natural disaster, being vaccinated could have been helpful there so that everyone in that room doesn't get COVID. You know, it's a little different
doesn't
now.
die of COVID.
It doesn't literally.
the sign
Yeah,
of a good
yeah.
president, I think, is when you speak in hypotheticals from 2 years previous.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to kind of give direction and create a plan. It's like, had this been a different time period, let's treat it this way.
He's like, yeah, the most dangerous part of January 6th is that all those big group of people were unvaccinated. That's why we didn't like it.
It was a hurricane of patriotism, and that's going to happen again in Florida if we don't beat this.
If we don't beat this. Why do you think we named it Ian? Have you ever met an Ian who didn't own a gun?
Do your part. Yeah, maybe there is more context. The original clip I saw,
had
it
to
just
be
cut off right at it, or right at.
It is
you need
funny
to get
when
vaccinated.
you take it at face value. Just like, but when a hurricane's on the way, make sure your vaccinations are up to date. Like maybe we should evacuate.
Maybe he
or-
wasn't talking about the COVID vaccine.
It was,
We didn't discuss that.
dude. If they have vaccines for hurricanes, that'd be so sick.
Maybe he was
just get
talking
gills
about
for
a
like
tetanus
72 hours.
vaccination.
Maybe it's a hurricane vaccine.
It's a tetanus vaccination. Maybe he's worried about, you float in the water,
like
you
a
get stuck
rebar.
by. Yeah.
Rebar.
He did not clarify.
I'd like to
That's
get
some
a
bad news. Someone was impaled by Nissan's bumper,
but
but they had double dose of tetanus, so they are all good.
they're gonna make a healthy recovery. That's why we do this.
That's why we do it.
Yeah, I took a tornado vaccine a couple years ago. It just made me gain 700 pounds so that a tornado couldn't lift me up and take
Right.
me away.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I just kind of peed it out slowly.
The side effects of that were brutal.
Yeah, it was kidney failure.
Right.
But I did not get swept away.
I just kept finding myself in basements. I don't even know how. It was
I only ate
teleporting.
non-perishable canned goods for 2 years.
Right.
But hey, I beat it.
Yeah.
I beat it.
Earthquake vaccines. I heard I have some people out in LA. They get those.
Yeah, what happens to them?
You just kind of, Parkinson's? The disease.
Yeah.
It's kind of a temporary onset of that. So when the world shakes,
You don't
you're
even notice.
You can go run a mile, and then it kind of you go
This is
back to
horrible.
What an
This is
answer.
horrible.
Okay, I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
Props to
but
Biden. Not a lot of other presidents would have the nerve to suggest a natural disaster vaccine. And I like that he did that. And we need to have more of it.
Okay.
It's a little bow I'm tying around it.